remember to look over here because this is where the camera's at, not over here where I'm looking at myself. You know what I'm saying? Okay. All right, you guys. So, I don't have like a little cute intro or none of that. But I want to do a get to know me tag. So I got on Pinterest and just Googled YouTube get to know me questions. And I just randomly, there were so many questions. I just was like scrolling and I would just stop my finger on one and then write it down. Right. So I did that 20 times. So I have 20 questions. And yeah, I just want you guys to get to know me. I know that I have not posted on my YouTube channel in a while, but I want to start getting consistent. New year, you know, trying to set my intentions and get the ball rolling in the direction or the projection of the way that I want my life to go, right? So I want to be able to grow my YouTube audience, and in order to do that, of course, I have to post videos, right? Okay. So, like I said, I don't have no cute intro, y'all. Just welcome back to my channel and all of the things. Enjoy yourself. It's gonna be a good time over here. You know, my motto for my business is be beautiful inside and out, and not just my business, but just throughout life in general. And to me, be beautiful inside and out just means to that your inner beauty is just as or more important than your outer beauty, right? So if you guys don't know, I am a wig maker. I also have a clothing boutique. I am kind of in the process of branding the boutique side. So the clothing, I haven't done a lot of restock, but I do still have things on my website. So I might inserted my website name right here. Okay, check me out and all the things. But yes, I am a wig maker. This is one of my wigs right here, girl. Okay, I'm looking at myself now because I'm just trying to see where I'm petting it and all of the things. But yes, this is one of my units, custom colored. All that. I do custom units. I also do pre-made, ready to ship or ready to wear. I call them ready to wear, but that just means that they are already made and ready to ship out. Or if you are local in my area, ready for pickup from my shop. Okay, so I need to start doing more hair videos and like me making wigs because I also install wigs. So anyway, I feel like I'm just rambling. This is a get to know me, but I mean, I guess this is y'all getting to know me too, right? Right. Okay. But anyway, let me get right into the questions. I don't want the video to be super long, so I've rambled for long enough off of the topic. Let me get to it. So I have my stuff written down. And then the rest of them on this side. Yes, I am missing 2 nails. Mind your business. Don't worry about what I be doing. Now I'm just playing. Worry about what I be doing. Look at me. Watch me. Okay? Okay, so the first question is, do you enjoy, and these are just random questions, right? So it's not a particular topic. It's not under a particular genre. It's just random questions that are about that will get to tell you a little bit about me, my personality, how my mind works. I guess they're not really deep questions, so don't expect that. I can get very deep. My mind works like that, but that's not what this is. So I still might get a little deep on some of the questions. But anyway, do you enjoy shopping at the mall or online? I prefer shopping online. And that is just because I don't want to go to the mall and be around all of those people. I guess, you know, honestly, shopping online and in the mall kind of has their pros and cons on both sides, right? Because whenever you go to the mall, you can always try on your clothes to make sure that they fit the way that you want them to. Whereas if you're shopping online, you kind of like, you know, playing Russian roulette with how that stuff is going to fit. Especially with me, because my weight has been up and down, more up than down these days. But I'm trying to get that together. Whole nother story, whole nother topic. But yeah, with stuff like that, my go-to shop or my go-to place to shop online is Shein or Shein. Some of the girls say Shein, some of the girls say Shein. I was saying Shein. Everybody kept telling me Shein, so I just flip-flop. However I'm feeling is what I'm gonna say, period. But yeah, and they usually typically do me right. I've kind of figured out how their measurements work on most things. you need to go down a size. So whatever your normal size is, especially like in dresses, two pieces, tops, jeans on the other hand, girl, you might want to go up a size or two. But unless they stretch jeans, but or at least if you're hippie or you know you got a butt or whatever, yeah, be careful with that. But yeah, I definitely like to shop online better than I like to shop in the mall. Again, because I don't like going to the mall. It's so many people. I just don't like being around a lot of people in one area at one time. It just is overwhelming for me. It's draining. I'm cool. I would rather just get on my little phone, scroll through, see exactly what I want, get it, put it in the cart, and have it shipped right to my front door. Period. Okay. Question number 2 is, what do you miss most about being young? I miss the lack of responsibility, right? Financial obligations. Being an adult is hard. Okay. It is not easy out here. It is definitely a journey. It is a marathon. Word to my guy Nip. But yeah, I definitely miss just the being able to live. You know what I'm saying? Being able to just not have to worry about any responsibilities outside of doing your little chores and going to school, stuff like that. Now, mind you, as a child, of course, I didn't appreciate that. I don't know if I'm the only one. I'm sure I'm probably not. I'm sure there is somebody, at least one somebody that can relate to not like appreciating that in that time. My mentality was not that way. So chores, annoying. Like, who wants to really do chores? I mean, as far as me keeping my room clean and my room organized, whatever. Especially after I became like preteen, teenager, having my room together was like my thing. But outside of that, like I didn't want to do none of that stuff. And then school after a certain age. So let me tell y'all something. I was really, really smart in school. Like, and I'm not trying to like put it on like, you know, I'm just really that girl, but I'm really just that girl. No, but no, seriously, in school I was really smart, but I was also very rebellious. So I did not apply myself. I knew that I knew how to do the shit. So I would do just enough just to get my stuff and get on. I didn't, again, apply myself like I could have and should have. In retrospect, you know, I definitely could have did way better than what I did. But as they say, hindsight is 2020. But yeah, so anyway, being young, definitely miss not having financial obligations and just the responsibility of having to go to work and just doing all the things every day. I have kids, so having to take care of kids and just all of that. Now, don't get me wrong, I love my babies and all the things, but being a parent is hard, and just being an adult, a single adult with no kids is hard because you have to survive. So anyway, what is your dream job? My dream job is to be a business owner. My goal is to open up a beauty bar, and I'm speaking that into existence. So that's one of my biggest goals is in my business is to get to that level where I can open up my beauty bar. But yes, being a business owner is my dream job. I love wig making. I love making wigs. I love everything about wigs. That's my area. That's my thing. Love it there. So yes, and just being able to, you know what? I'll say that for another video because I can get more into like business and the ups and downs of being an entrepreneur, being a business owner, especially when you are 100% funding your business 100% yourself. Okay. But I'm gonna say that for another video. So yes, my dream job is to be a full-time wig maker and business owner. When do you want to get married? I want to get married when it's time for me to get married. I am not, so let me tell y'all something. When I was younger, I like a lot of girls, and I don't know if there are any other women who can relate to this, or any other young girls or young women, whatever, I can relate to this. But growing up, I was not one of those little girls that dreamed of getting married and that was just wanted so deeply and desperately to be married one day. Like, that was something that was not even on my radar. And just to keep it a buck and to not go in too deep into that, because that could be like a little sit down chat with me video as well. Growing up, I didn't see good examples of healthy marriages, right? So the example that I had of what marriage is supposed to be, what it looks like, was not something that I wanted to indulge in, because I'm like, they don't even like each other. You know, I mean, just being together just for the sake of being together is not what it is, right? So I just want to get married when I meet my life partner and we get to the point where um we both decide that we want to do life together, right? Like seriously want to grow and build together. And yeah, that's when I want to get married. So that could be today, that could be tomorrow, that could be who knows when, right? So what is something that you want to improve on? There are many things I want to improve on. I think my biggest thing right now, I'm gonna give y'all two. So one of my biggest things right now is my eating habits. I want to improve on my eating habits because at one point I was on the Dr. Sebi diet. I don't know if y'all are familiar with it, but it's like vegetarian on steroids, right? So it's a very very strict diet, but it's an electric diet. So you're eating real food. You know what I'm saying? Like not anything processed, even when it comes down to hybrid vegetables and things like that. Like no, it's just 100% the real deal stuff. Okay, so I really want to get my discipline when it comes to food back to that, because food addiction is real, you guys. Like the way that our brain, the endorphins and stuff in our brain release, you know, in terms of food, in specific food like sugars, carbs, things like that, is equivalent to people who are drug addicts and stuff. It's all the same shit, right? So I want to be able to get back to being really disciplined with my food, because right now, girl, I'm doing the most. Okay, I mean cakes, pies, all of the sweets, all of the breads, pastas, like I'm just really doing the most. And I know that it's not healthy. And it's one thing I would always say, you know, it's one thing when you are not aware of something, you don't really have a full understanding of what it's doing to you or how it affects you, and you just are kind of blindly going through life doing things. And then it's another when you have a full understanding and you know exactly what you're doing, like you're really out of pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like get your shit together, girl. So that's one. And then another thing is my like relationships with people. And when I say relationships with people, I don't mean like intimate relationships with people that I have relationships with, but I just mean like my openness to being open to people and not being so guarded when it comes to people. I think that we do have to have a level of discernment in dealing with people, but you also have to like allow yourself to be vulnerable, because you can miss out on opportunities and the ability to grow on all levels in life, because people need people, and I 100% believe that. And if you don't allow people in, or you know, stuff like that, then how you gonna grow, girl? How you gonna grow? What you doing? So you see how I just look at myself when I said that? I was talking to myself. I mean it. Like, so yeah, definitely that. Would you rather be able to fly or read minds? I think I would rather be able to fly. I want to be able to, you know, like I could just go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? If I could fly, I'd be on my Supergirl shit, right? But reading minds, I think, is a little bit invasive. Is that the right word? Like intruding. Like I don't know that I really want to be able to read people's mind. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I hope that I would be around people or interact with people who would be feel comfortable enough to really speak their true thoughts and speak their mind. But I don't know that I just want to be reading nobody's mind. And that might be overwhelming when you think about it. Like you just having a normal conversation with somebody and they're saying this, but then other things are going on in your head and you're getting all of that information. Like overload. No, I don't want that. So yeah, I would rather be able to fly. Do you like warm or cold weather? Definitely warm weather. I am not a winter girl at all. I hate the winter. Do you hear me when I say I hate the winter? Child. I do not like being cold. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like the snow. I don't like the ice. Where I live at, we get all of that. We get snow, we get ice, and all the things. No. I would rather it be I like the fall though. I really really like the fall and the spring, because you know where I'm at again, the summertime is really hot, so it'd be really cold in the winter and really hot in the summer. So I like the warm of the spring, and then the, you know, not too hot, not too cold of the fall. So yeah. Where was I at? What gets me emotional? Child. What don't get me emotional? Okay, FYI, I'm a Pisces. If you are into astrology, my sun sign is a Pisces, and then my moon is a Leo. So those two, you know, I be feeling stuff. Okay, let me just say that. So it doesn't take a lot for me to get emotional in terms of feeling emotions. Yeah, it don't take a lot. I don't know. Do you have a sweet tooth? I just talked about that earlier. Yes, I do. I have a sweet tooth. I like the cakes. I like the pies. I like the muffins. All that. Mm, mm, what time do you wake up? I typically wake up early in the morning. Here lately, I've been waking up later than what I usually wake up. Like I usually am up at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Like, what's up? What's good? Rise and shine. It's gonna be a wonderful day. Hey, you know what I'm saying? But here lately, I've been waking up more like around like 7:30, 8 o'clock. So that's a little bit later for me, and I think that's just because I have been off work. And when I say here lately, I'm talking like here like the last week and a half or so, because of the holidays and all the things. I've been off work and all of that. So yeah, but I think I've just been taking advantage of that, and I low key think I'm like, I don't want to say depressed. Okay, I low key think I might be like a little bit depressed, a little bit. So, yeah, that might have something to do with why I've been sleeping in later than what I typically do. But about anywhere between 4 and 6 is my normal like wake up time. Do you like indoors or outdoors? I like outdoors. I'm an outdoor girl. I grew up in the country. I'm a country girl, so I like to be outside in nature. I really, really enjoy it. I mean, I like to chill in my house too. That's one of my favorite things, like chilling at home. Yeah, but like far as if I'm getting out, I would prefer to do things that are outside activities. So yeah. Okay, y'all, that is number 11. We getting through them, okay? So number 12 is, do you have any regrets? Um, yes. Of course I have regrets. I have a lot. I think we all do. I think some people try to live by this like no regrets, just lessons. And while I can agree with the no regrets, just lessons as well, some things I wish that I didn't have to learn from. Like I wish that I did not have to go through those things to learn the lessons that I learned. Although I am appreciative of the things that I learned, I could have went without all of that, sis. You know what I'm saying? Like why we had to do it, like why I had to go like that. So yes, I have um lots of regrets and lots of things that if I could go back and do it, I mean, and I think that's probably everybody though. If we could go back and do things from a clearer perspective, a clearer understanding, then yeah, I definitely would. So Stead, would you ever start your own business? Again, I am the owner of Priceless Wigs and Boutique, and that is a Priceless Princy. www.pricelessprincy.com. Don't play with it. Okay. How tall are you? I am a big 5'2.5", babe. So I'm like 5'2.5", 5'3". I think I'm closer to 5'2.5", but I be trying to claim that 5'3" because don't play with her. I'm a big dog, big B, not the little one. Put some respect on it, honey. Okay. Where do you go for help? So I don't go anywhere for help. I don't have anybody that I can really just turn to for help. Well, let me not say that, because you know, my mom is there as much as she can be, but she can't really, you know, is very limited. You know what I'm saying, as far as that goes. But and then when I really need help, I'm just one of those people that tend to be very, I turn inward and kind of just, I keep things like suppressed, or I ain't gonna say suppressed. I just work through the shit by myself. So I don't really have anybody I can turn to when it comes to help. I ain't got no help. You know what I'm saying? For real. So yeah. But I am this year starting, like, hopefully this week or next week starting therapy. So shout out to me. Hopefully I can heal some of my trauma from my adulthood trauma, my childhood trauma, and just learn better ways to cope and live and just be the best me I can be. Because that's one thing about me. I want to always be the best me that I can be. It don't always come out like that. I'm not perfect. You know, none of us are perfect, right? So that's, you know, goes without saying. But yeah, I still want to operate from the best level that I possibly can all of the time. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, getting in therapy, excited about that. Do you believe in ghosts? I believe in spirits. So I guess yeah, I believe in ghosts. Not in the sense of like Casper, like ooh type of ghost, but I definitely believe in spirits, good and bad. And I hate to even say good and bad, but souls or spirits that are at peace, that are at rest, and then those who still are having a hard time coming to terms, you know, or whose intentions aren't all that good. I believe in all of that. So yes, for sure. Are you religious? I am not religious. I am more spiritual, and I always have been. I grew up heavily in the church, and I always had questions. AME is what I was. So that's African Methodist Episcopal. So short term, it's African Christianity, right? So no, I am not African in the sense of direct, you know, directly from Africa. I'm sure I have some in me, whatever. I don't know. I didn't do my family tree, but I'm sure I do. I mean, look at me. Look at me, look at me. But yeah, so I always had questions like growing up because a lot of this stuff didn't make sense to me. One thing about me is I have always been a free thinker. I'm not a like easily influenced person. And that's because I was raised that way, like to think for yourself and to have your own mind. So yeah, I just always have been very strong-minded, opinionated in some ways. I've learned that everybody has their opinions. You don't have to try to convince nobody. You know what I'm saying? I learned that. I ain't never really gave a fuck about what nobody else's opinion was, for real, for real. Like, and I ain't never gave a fuck to try to convince people or make people agree with me. Again, I think freely. So whatever I think, whatever makes sense to me, it is what it is. It's just how I feel about it. It's how I view it. This is my thoughts on it. You know, XYZ. Now, not to say that you can't learn from other people, because people can sometimes say things, and a lot of times, not just sometimes, but say things that resonate or that you are able to resonate. I definitely said resic with a G. Resonate. But that you're able to learn from. You should always be able to learn from people. I don't have a mindset of like, can't nobody tell me nothing, but I also, again, I'm not just easily influenced just because you say the sky is red. I ain't gonna be like, oh yeah, it probably is red. Like, no, it might be red to you. I'm not gonna take that away from you, right? You might see the sky as red, but baby, what I see is like a light blue, kind of whitish, you know, depending on the day, it might be a little gray, but you know, to each their own, right? So anyway, I'm not religious at all. And I kind of think that religion, kind of boxes people in. You know what I'm saying? So I think of myself more as spiritual and like connected to things. Let me pause and say this. I think that there are things to be learned from every religion though, right? There are things that you can take and apply to life that can help you or that can be comforting to you throughout this journey. So let me make that very clear. But as far as just being like super religious, no. I do what works for me. And even in spirituality, like, because now a lot of people are spiritual, like the spirituality thing is kind of like a fad type of thing. And it's almost like in the same boat as religion with some of this stuff, right? So I don't get into it in that sense either. I do what resonates with me. And I like to have a deeper understanding and facts that kind of like things that I can plug in that go, that prove it for me, right? That makes sense for me. So if that makes sense, if it didn't, whatever. And would you change anything about your upbringing? Yeah, I would change some things about my upbringing. I'm not gonna say exactly what I would change, but yeah, there's plenty of things that I would change about my upbringing. Now, I wasn't raised like, I didn't have a hard childhood in the sense of like my like we had stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't never hungry. I wasn't never without, you know, clothes. We were well taken care of in that sense. And we were loved from the way that, you know, my people were able to love, express love, and show love. So I wasn't raised up like in a bad situation, but there are bad things that, you know, I wish that I could change, and not so much directly like, you know what, I'm gonna get into that. But yes, there's definitely things that I would change about my upbringing if I could, but I can't. So bam. But yeah, you guys, that is pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. If there are any videos that you want to see me do, I'm really not against doing anything. I mean, that makes sense, right? So I'm not against doing anything. So just let me know if there's anything you want to see from me. If you want me to do more like Q&A questions, if there are topics that you want me to talk about, I can definitely get into that as well. And yeah, I hope you guys, you know what, I'm wishing and I'm speaking peace, prosperity, love, and great health to everyone that is watching this video, that comes across this video. Even if you don't make it to this part of the video, I'm still sending that energy out. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're speaking into 2023. It's going to be a great year. And yeah, I think that's all that I got for you guys. I hope that y'all enjoyed the video. I hope I was able to entertain y'all while I was just running my mouth and rambling on and on and on. So yeah, peace, love, and light. Y'all have a good one. Bye. Have it back like that. What you talking about? What you wanna do? What you talking about? What you wanna do? Ooh. Is my wig sliding back? Yeah, my wig is sliding back, and it's not even. I don't have it glued down right. It was right there when I started. Hopefully, y'all don't notice too bad throughout the video. But okay, now you can see my purse thing. I don't know. I might edit that out. Bring it in. This much.